Okay, hi everybody. We're going to be completing our last section in Chapter 8, which will be solving multi-step equations and inequalities. So we're going to have a bunch of steps to do for each one. There are 4 parts. Part 1, solving with parentheses. So we've done some of these already. We're just going to practice a few more. You're going to distribute the 5 to each thing in here because you can't divide out this 5. You're going to get a mess over here with decimals. You could, it'll just, another way to solve it. We're trying to do it the most efficient way. 3h equals 5h minus 5 times 2, 10. Subtract 5h to both sides so that you can collect like terms. 3h take away 5h is negative 2h. Still bring down my equals. Negative 10 over here. Don't drop your subtraction symbol. Divide both sides by negative 2. H will equal positive 5. Okay? I'm going to go over how to do a check for this problem, but by now we should kind of have an understanding of checks. You plug in to the original equation, not any of the ones you simplified, your answer. So 3 times 5 equals 5 times 5 minus 2. And you simplify this. This is 3 times 5 is 15. And this side is 15. It works. Okay, we'll try one more for this part. Again, now we just have it on both sides. There's a couple ways you could do this, and if some of you understand how to divide out on both sides, you'll still have a parentheses. You can try it. I'm going to do the distributive way for this. 6m minus 12 equals 3m plus, let me just double check that, 8.5 times 3 is 25.5. Collect your like terms. I'm going to do this in one step. I'm going to subtract the 3m over. At the same time, I'm going to add 12 to both sides. This cancels out and that cancels out. 6m minus 3m is 3m. 25.5 plus 12 is 37.5. Divide both sides by 3. Divide by 3. M equals 12.9. Okay, moving on to part 2. Part 2 is an oh no, now what? So these are going to be some special cases where things are going to happen here and be like, oh no, now what? So, what we're going to do, variables on both sides, we're going to collect like terms. Subtract 4x to both sides. Oh no, now what? 4x minus 4x is 0. 4x minus 4x is 0. Those both go away. You have no more x in your equation. You have negative 0.3 is supposed to equal 0.9. Oh no, now what? This is not possible. This cannot happen. So there is no possible solution that you could plug in to make that equation work. The answer that you write, no solution. X has no solution that could work for this problem. Also, it should kind of make sense when you look at it right away. 4x, if you look at this, 4x take away this amount is supposed to equal 4x add that amount. How can you, if you have the same thing to start out with and you subtract something from it or you add something to it, how are they going to be back to equal? Okay, so that one is a no solution. Here's another one that's a little different. Okay, we have stuff on this side, stuff on this side. This side is simplified. You can't put anything further together. So let's look at this side. We can distribute this. 3 times 4 is 12x. 3 times minus 2 is a negative 6 plus 15 still equals 12x plus 9. Before I start bringing things back and forth, I'm going to simplify this side. 12x. I have a negative 6 and a plus 15. If you put those together, you get positive 9. And this side, 12x plus 9. Oh no. Now what? These two are equal. What that means, if they're the exact same, if you see that they are the exact same thing, then it can be any answer that you could plug in there. So x equals, and what we write for any, you could write any solution. can also write all real numbers. Okay? Either one of those is fine. So any number you plug in would work. So there are those situations where you're going to get all numbers will work in here. So that means you could pick anything you want, put it in for x, and you should get that they're equal. As long as they're the same number. Okay? Like a half and a half. Okay. Moving along. Part 3. Equations with geometry. I know how much you love geometry. We're going to do something with perimeter. Find the unknown, find x, or w in this case, if the perimeter equals 122 meters. So first, let's remind ourselves. Perimeter means add this, add this side, plus this side, plus this side, plus this side. Okay. In short, it means we have two w's, because this is a w, and this is a w plus 35. So we have 2 times w plus 2 times w plus 35. That would be your perimeter. It's supposed to equal 122. So let's simplify the left side here. We have 2w plus, distribute, 2w plus 70 equals 122. Keep simplifying over here. 4w plus 70 equals 122. Subtract 70 to both sides. 122 minus 70, 52, equals 4w. Let me get some more space to write. Divide both sides by 4. You get 13. There you go. It just asked you to find the unknown, so we can stop there. Okay? Don't have to check it because you wrote the equation, so we don't have to check it because we don't know if our equation is completely correct. So that's our answer. All right, last step, part 4, solving inequalities. Okay, only difference is we're going to have more steps going on than what we've done before. You do the same rules. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you flip the sign. Here we go. We have parentheses with a number outside. I'm going to do the distributive property. Bring down my 3, bring down my less than. You get 4x plus 8. Subtract 8 to both sides. It's like a 2-step inequality here. Cancel it out. I have 4x. Bring down my sign because I did not multiply or divide by a negative. I subtracted. 8, 3, take away 8, negative 5. Divide both sides by 4. I am not dividing by a negative, so I do not flip the sign. I get x that way. When I do, I get negative 5/4. You can leave it as negative 5/4. You cannot leave that answer though. You need to put the variable on the left. So when you do that, you should get, let's see if I have some more space right here. I do. When you move your variable over here, you have to flip the sign so that the bigger part is still facing your x. So I flip the sign, bigger part still facing my x, and I get negative 5/4. Okay, looks good. Last problem of the video. Distribute 4m minus 12 greater than or equal to 72. Add 12 to both sides. 4m greater than or equal to 72 plus 12, 84. Divide by 4. I did not divide by a negative. I do not flip. M greater than or equal to 21. That's it for tonight. Have a good one.